Let's make sure the stream has started before we go. Yes, guys. Let me. Oh, for God's sake. Let me just get my tea as well. Okay. Hello. Bloody hell, what the fuck was that? Hello everyone, and welcome back to another stream. Why is my mic? Is my mic working? But it's fine. But yeah, welcome back to another stream. And today we are live for Roma versus Juventus in Serie A. Of course, I made the promise yesterday that we'll be going live for it, and I stuck to it. Of course, we streamed AC Milan Fiorentina last night. Entertaining game, 2-2. Both teams probably needing a win in the race for Europe, but it ended a draw. And of course, we've got another big game, but this time in the race for the Champions League as Roma face Juventus. I think this should be a very good game, in my opinion. Obviously, Roma with a very good home record. With a very good home record, they haven't lost in 13 home games. Roma, in their last, they haven't lost in 13 home games in all competitions. But as for Juventus, obviously kicked off last week with a win in Igor Tudor's first game, and a win for Juve tonight. They can go up to fourth. I mean, whether Juventus will stay there, we don't know, because obviously Bologna do not play until tomorrow against Napoli. But overall, I think we've got a very, very good game in our hands. And I just need to do this team's graphic quickly, so I'll do it. But I'll try to do it and speak as well at the same time. Of course, this is my first time watching Juve under Igor Tudor. Of course, I didn't watch the game last week against Genoa, but I mean, I did hear some positive things about that game. Apparently, Juventus played quite well. They sat back. There was every time Genoa did go forward, Juve were quite defensive, which, I mean, from watching a Igor Tudor tactics video, it was expected because Tudor likes to defend. He likes to be quite defensive every time the opposition, I should say, is attacking. Yildiz as well apparently was quite good. Yildiz apparently as well. Wait, hold on. C-R-I-S-T-A. I think that's spelled right. Yeah, it is. Apparently Yildiz looked good, which I would agree with from looking at the highlights. He actually looked quite good. I mean, his goal was a very good goal as well. And I mean, I don't really understand why under Thiago Motta that Yildiz didn't really play as much, because that's what Kenan Yildiz can do. He gets the ball, drives into space, just goes bosh like that. That's what he can do. So I'm happy that he's hopefully going to get more game time under Igor Tudor, because that is what he can do. That is what he can do. But I mean, that's what he can do. But I mean, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this game, because I think it's a tight one to call, to be honest with you. Both teams need to win. And I mean, if you look at Roma under Ranieri, they like to get a lot of bodies forward when they counter attack. So at times that Roma defense can be quite open. There can be gap. The ball hit Roma quickly onto, then there could be a few goals for Juventus. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this should be a very good game in my opinion. But of course, we will have to see what happens. Of course, the players are in the tunnel now. But yeah, let me just finish this. I'll finish this, and then I'll start commentating. But yeah, I mean, score prediction wise for this, I'm either thinking 2-2 or a 2-1 Juventus. I'm not really sure, to be fair. But we'll have to see, won't we? Dusan Vlahovic. I've seen a lot of Juve fans have not been happy with Vlahovic lately. So he needs to lock in, he needs to silence the critics. Anyway, I'm done now. So the players are walking out, so let's start commentating. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Stadio Olimpico here in the Italian capital of Rome, where it is a big, big game in the race for Champions League football, as it is Ranieri's Roma against Igor Tudor's Juventus. Of course, it is the second game of Tudor's era at Juventus. It kicked off last week with a very comfortable 1-0 victory over Genoa. Could have been more. It could have been more with the chances Juventus did have, but this should be a very good game. It should be a very good game and a tricky test for Juve, because Roma under Ranieri have looked very, very good. Of course, a win for the visitors. They will go into the top four, and then as well, Juventus, they will go level on points with Atalanta after they lost again 1-0 to Lazio. I mean, what has happened to Atalanta? It's 3 defeats in a row in the league for them. But yeah, of course, so like I said, Juve will move up to fourth. As for Roma, if they win, they go level on points with Lazio, their rivals. Roma will actually go above Lazio on goal difference, and of course, they will obviously go level on points with Juve as well. So yeah, but anyway, this is just a big game in general for Champions League football's sake anyway. But yeah, so team news, of course, we'll start with Roma. Of course, Claudio Ranieri goes with Mila Silva in goal. The captain, 28-year-old Gianluca Mancini, alongside Matt Hummels, so I think he's retiring at the end of the season. I'm not really sure. I swear I saw something about that the other day. Evan and Dick are starting as well, with a four midfield of Silic, Cristante, Kone and Angelino. The Argentinian attacking midfielder, Mateus Sula, who of course signed from Juventus, starts with El Shaarawy, and the Ukrainian striker, Artem Dovbyk, is up front. As for Juventus, Igor Tudor goes with Di Gregorio in goal, Kalulu, Renato Vega on loan from Chelsea, and Lloyd Kelly, who is on loan from Bournemouth. On loan from Newcastle, I should say. Starts with Timothy Weah, Locatelli, Thuram Mulien, and Weston McKennie in midfield. Nico Gonzalez starts alongside Kenan Yildiz, with the Serbian Dusan Vlahovic up front. Of course, Vlahovic looking for his first goal in Serie A since the 23rd of February. That was after a 1-0 win away at Cagliari. And of course, I'm looking forward to see how Juventus play the highlights of their game with Genoa last week, and they looked decent. Apparently, one player or two players who looked very good were the two attacking midfielders in Gonzalez and Kenan Yildiz. I've already spoke about Kenan Yildiz already. He, on his day, when he starts, gets game time, he is on it. Very, very good player. As for Nico Gonzalez, he looked very good as well last week, so he'll be looking to put in another good performance. And Dusan Vlahovic as well up front in his try get a goal. So does Artem Dovbyk, because he was banging in goals for Girona last season, but he's only scored 11 in 26 in Serie A this season, which isn't bad, but it isn't really as good with his goal scoring charts at Girona. But yeah, anyway, the game is underway now. Roma in their traditional maroon kit, it looks like. Juventus in the black and white. And let's see what happens in this big game in the race for Champions League football in Serie A. I need to get my tea as well. Last time I went to go get my tea, I missed 2 goals. Vlahovic on the ball. Plays it to Locatelli. Here is Renato Vega, who is, of course, on loan from Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea drawing 0-0 earlier today away at Brentford in the Premier League. Of course, there is in the top 5 leagues first relegation because my team Spurs, we beat Southampton and we relegated Southampton. I mean, speaking of relegation in Serie A, I mean, Monza, they look quite doomed to be fair. 11 points they are of safety with how many games to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to go. So, but yeah, Monza need a bit of a miracle, don't they? I'll probably go get my team in a minute. I don't know, the throw-in's taken for Roma. And it's good defending there from Pierre Kalulu to deny Artem Dovbyk. And that'll be a goal kick for Juventus. And of course, there he is, Igor Tudor. Of course, did manage 9 games of Lazio last season. Of course, Tudor, his only defeat in the league with Lazio was in the derby against Roma. Of course, speaking of the derby, it is actually next Sunday. So we will be watching Roma again next Sunday as, of course, they take on Lazio at the Stadio Olimpico, which again is a big game for Europe. Pierre Kalulu into McKennie. Here is Dusan Vlahovic. Very attacking here from Juventus at the moment. Here is Timothy Weah, puts it into the box. Actually goes for a shot actually. And it forces a good save from Silva. And the first corner of the game goes to Juventus. Not a bad attempt there from the American. So will we get an opening goal inside the first 3 minutes at the Olimpico? It's going to be the former Fiorentina man Nico Gonzalez with the corner. In it goes. Not the best corner, cleared away by Dovbyk, I think it was. Di Gregorio for Juventus. Here's Lloyd Kelly on loan from Newcastle, of course, formerly of Bournemouth as well. Of course, Newcastle play tomorrow night against Leicester in the Premier League. I mean, I'm still debating whether to stream Bologna Napoli or not. Kalulu. Indica. Good play this here from Roma. Locatelli again stuck in. And the free kick is given to Juve. Manuel Locatelli again stuck in there in that battle with Artem Dovbyk. Here is Renato Vega. And he sends a really good ball over the top. Kept in play by Weah. Weah finds Yildiz. Here is the Frenchman Pierre Kalou. One back by Ndiku, finds Angelino, clears it forward. Di Gregorio, the goalkeeper for Juve, on the ball, plays it to Lloyd Kelly. Here is Thuram Mulien, who of course his brother is the Inter striker Marcus Thuram, who of course was on the score sheet in Inter's 2-2 draw at Parma yesterday. Oh, brilliant this from Yildiz. He finds Kelly. It's one back by Kona. I mean, you can see there how defensive Roma are. Pretty much every player back defending for Roma. Right, I'm going to quickly put my tea in the air fryer. Missed the goal. Come on. Haven't missed the goal. Thank God. Here come Juventus, and the pass just too heavy for Vlahovic. Here is Angelino for Roma. And too far to find Stefan El Shaarawy. Of course, still one more game to go this weekend in Serie A. So again, another good game. Bologna against Napoli tomorrow. Like I said, I might stream that game. I'm not really 100% sure yet because I know Leicester have got Newcastle tomorrow in the Prem. Here is Juventus. Timothy Weah finds the run of Lloyd Kelly. Weah. Juventus. Kalulu. Just slowing the game down a bit. It's Locatelli. A lot of Roma players back defending. I mean, pretty much the whole team is back defending. I mean, it's two teams really that like to sit back and defend, really. So it's going to be, it could be like the Manchester derby earlier and 0-0. I mean, so far it hasn't been that bad. I mean, by the way, that game, Manchester derby, what a snooze fest that was. Here come Juventus as Weah switches to play to Weston McKennie, who's formerly of Leeds United, of course. So down goes Cristante, and it will be a free kick to Roma. Vega finds Lloyd Kelly. Here is Thuram Julien. Pierre Kalulu. Roma have been quite defensive in this opening 11 and a bit minutes as Kalulu puts one into the box. Comes out to Weyer, who puts it back in. And hit first time. He's forced a decent save from Silva for Roma. I mean, they've got a few big games upcoming. Roma, of course, like I said earlier. Next week is the Rome derby, where they take on Lazio. Then they've got, you could say, a reasonable, easy game against Verona. But after that, listen to these. This is Roma's remaining games of the season. They've got Inter Milan, Fiorentina at home, Atalanta away, AC Milan at home, and then after that is Torino away. So the next two games, or even this game, the Rome derby next week in Verona, 3 big games, because after that it's not easy. Not easy at all, especially with Roma having to go to San Siro to take on Inter. Of course, speaking of Inter, they're just showing it now. Got a big Champions League quarter-final. Inter only one of 3 Italian teams left in Europe. Of course, Inter go to Bayern Munich on Tuesday, which will be a very, very good game in my opinion. Yildiz for Juventus finds Kalulu. Here is Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, again, Roma's sitting back, defending well at the moment. Here's Gonzalez. And now they lose the ball. Can Roma try and hurt Juventus, but they kind of given it away. Good defending again to deny Vlahovic. Here is Thuram Julien. Across to Weston McKennie. They're struggling really to break through the Roma defence at the moment, Juventus. Definitely will be Igor Tudor, who will be the happier manager at the moment. They just can't really break him down, Juventus, at the moment. Roma have been very, very defensive. Haven't really... I don't think they've had a shot yet, Roma. I think the air fryer's gone off. Not sure. I can't hear it anymore. I'll go check when the ball next goes out. I'll go check. Cleared away by Hummels for Roma. Of course, I swear I saw something the other day that Hummels is retiring. I swear I saw something about that. Thuram. Ball's kept in play by Yildiz. Yeah, I told you. Hummels is retiring. Locatelli wins it back. They're really struggling at the moment, Roma. Here come Juventus with Gonzalez. Angelino loses the ball. And the ball over across to Vlahovic. And it's good defending from Hummels. Corner it is for Juventus. They've definitely been the better team so far in this game. Juventus. Roma just can't even get out of their own half at the moment. And there's not. Cleared forward Hummels. Right, I'm going to quickly see my teams. Yes, he hasn't missed the goal.
Here we go, well, oh, good. Too many more right? And how long was that for? A few months.
Give it to me then.
The night Hannah went missing, he said you were here, you were home. That's right. All night? Yeah, all the time for me to go back from work. What happened? Been here from the salt. Did you pick it up? No, he was a delivery thing. That's what we don't want to all what we have. Chicken steamer, corn ball tea, pilau rice, chips, and some poppadoms. Feel that? I know it sounds daft, but we have to ask these questions. My boss is a stickler for detail. What exactly are you getting out of here? I'm not getting anything out of here. I'm just... Is it the name of the What's going on? I'm just helping Craig. Craig? Well, man, mate. No. Very. He's been sick at our too. Get them up and look at. She's got some part in this. I don't know who she is.
Sorry about that. The dog wants to be played with. I have to just chuck a little tennis ball around. Anyway, still 0-0, so I haven't missed a goal. Come on! No goals missed for me. Oh, hell no. As well, and for the first time, pretty much really, Roma are actually going forward. Put the laptop over here. Here is the scran today. There's the scran. Napoli-Empoli on the 14th of April. Wait, is that that's next Monday? Oh, Bournemouth. I'll probably watch Bournemouth Fulham, to be honest with you. Anyway, here come Roma with Cristante. I don't want to read. Yeah. Surprised HJ's not here. Tell you who else I haven't seen for a while on streams is Kyle. Ow! Fucking hell about that. Ah, shit. Cleared forward by Di Gregorio. I've got my maths reset tomorrow. I think anyway. Anyway, here we go. Corner for Roma. 23 minutes in. So in goes the corner. Mancini rising, headed away, I think, by Kelly. Kone tries to flick it onto Cristante. Tries to flick it back into the box, but fails to do so. Roma have been very attacking since I've came back to get my tea. Chance here for Dovbik, and he flicks on Cristante. Oh, it's a brilliant block. Angelino has one. What a block it is. I think it was Kalulu at the block, I think. And that's probably the best chance of the game. Here's Manuel Locatelli for Juventus. Switches the play to Kalulu, who finds McKennie. McKennie's slipping there. No fouls given. And now he pulls it back. Oh, that's for a different foul, actually. Yellow card for... Is it for... I'm not sure who it's for there. Is it Evan Ndicka or is it Mancini? Oh, it's Cristante. I mean, that probably should have been a foul, to be honest. And there's the opportunity again. Brilliant block from Kalulu, because to be honest, I think that's going in, to be honest. Well, actually, maybe not. Might have been a good save. Good play. This is Wire on the ball. Can he find someone, puts it into the box, and oh my God, what a save! What a save from Smil Silva! That is probably the best save I've ever seen. It's a great ball into the box. I think, is it Gonzalez with the header? Yeah, it is. It's a great ball into the box. Gonzalez with a very good header. What a save from Milos Silva. He pretty much flicks it onto the bar. What an unbelievable save from the... Is he Serbian? Yeah, he is, from the big Serbian goal. That is an unreal save. Probably best save I've seen this season. What a save. Good ball into the box again. Cristante getting stuck in, and now Roma look to hit. Juve on the counter attack. Back it goes to Hummels. Konai. Oh, it's a key block. Is that Kalulu? I think Kalulu again. El Sharari. Konai. Cristante blocked by Thuram Julien. Roma definitely got back into this game now. Good hold-up play from Dovbyk. Oh, look at him. He's all the way down there. Free kick for Roma. Oh, mate, what a save that is. So it's going to be the former Juve man, Sola, puts in the free kick and comfortably headed away by Weston McKennie. Back in it goes from El Sharari. Towards the far post it goes. And the referee gives a free kick to Juventus. Ow. Get out. Gonzalez still going. He's gone down, Gonzalez. And the referee gives a free kick just outside the box. So that's where the first contact was made. To be fair, it's been quite an interesting game, this one. Right, sorry about that. Internet crashed. So 33 minutes gone. Roma 0, Juventus 0 at the Stadio Olimpico. It's been an interesting game. I'd probably say the first 20 minutes was all dominance from Juve, but ever since then, Roma definitely getting back into the game. It's Nico Gonzalez for Juventus. Overlapping run there of wherever it was, but Gonzalez going to go alone. Blocked there from Kone and into the gloves of Silva. So 10 minutes till the break, still 0-0. Here is Pierre Kalulu for Juventus. Oh my God, excuse me. Here is Angelino for Roma. Cleared forward by Kalulu for Juventus. That's handball. Good defending from Hummels, but the free kick given in the end. A handball there. Oh, actually. Actually, yeah, to be fair. Oh, what a save. And Di Gregorio with a brilliant save to deny El Sharari. It's a good ball into the box. He does really well. Just go to the other side. I think he gets a touch on it. It's from the Italian. And a great opportunity there for Roma. Or maybe he didn't save it. I thought he saved it. Here is Lloyd Kelly for Juventus. Back to Weyer. Traoré. McKennie. Here come Juventus with Weston McKennie. And he flicks it on to Kalulu. Keeps it in play, puts it into the box. It's good defending again. Hit on the volley. First time. Oh, what a goal! A special goal. A brilliant hit from El Capitano, Manuel Locatelli. And Locatelli, with pretty much 5 minutes till half time, fires Juve into the lead. In a game where it's been really really tight, I should say, really compact, really tight, close, competitive. Juve have first, but the great ball into the box from Kalulu, headed out, I think, by Cristante. And a brilliant volley. Takes a few bobbles on the way through. A great hit from Locatelli on the edge of the box. And Juve lead 1-0 at the Olimpico. You can hear the frustration from the Roma fans. Kalulu finds Manuel Locatelli. Back to Kalulu. Locatelli. Kone. El Shaarawy. Cristante. It's now Juve with pretty much the whole team back defending as Roma trying to search for an equaliser. The goal from Locatelli in the 38th minute, giving Juve the lead. It's been, like I said, a very tight, competitive game. It has been. So here we go. Corner for Roma as we approach the 45-minute mark at the Stadio Olimpico. Roma 0, Juventus 1. In goes the corner, finds Hummels. And the last touch is off the American Weston McKennie. So that will be another corner for Roma. Of course, there are the Juventus fans who have made the trip from Turin to the capital. And it goes from Angelino. It's not a bad ball in either. Cleared away by Kalulu for Juventus. Shelik puts it in. It's the first time I probably mentioned his name. Shelik, so Selik. Oh, that is stupendous from El Shaarawy. Cleared away easily, though. So only a minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Roma 0, Juventus 1 at the Stadio Olimpico. And like I said, it's been a very tight game. And of course, looking at both teams next week, Juventus at home to Lecce. Comfortable fixture for them. Roma have the derby, the battle of the capital, Lazio versus Roma next week in the Rome derby. And I mean, to be fair, it's a very tough it's a very tough run to finish off the season for Roma. Of course, they've got Lazio next week at the Olimpico, but obviously Roma, I should say, are going to be classed as the away team. El Shaarawy, all massive appeals. And it's going to be checked. It looked like it hit a hand. Oh. To be fair, his arms here. He turns and his arms here and it hits his elbow. His arm's literally like this. I think that'd be quite harsh to give, but I don't think it has been given because it is now half time. It is now half time. And the only goal of the first half, Manuel Locatelli got it. A very good hit volley from the edge of the box, giving Juventus the lead. And a big second half in Rome. Juve up to 4th in the Champions League positions at the moment. But it's a big 45 minutes for Ranieri and Roma. Half time, Roma 0, Juve 1. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know why it does this. I don't know why it does it, but literally every time I come back from my thing. Oh, they've scored! Roma have scored! And it's the substitute, Shomorodov. Shomorodov off the bench. And Roma are level. I haven't really seen much of the second half. And that's pretty much what the first action I've seen. And it's the substitute, Shomorodov. What a sub from Ranieri. It's a corner, I think it is. Swinging by Selik. Some player heads it, forces a good save from Di Gregorio. Shomorodov from close range. Who gets the flick on? Is it Evan and Dicker? Because it was Evan with the flick on, forces a good save, Gregorio. And there's Shomorodov to tap in from close range. And that is a perfect start for Roma in this second half. Perfect start. Shomorodov off the bench. Roma 1, Juventus 1. I mean, we needed a reaction from one, and now we need a reaction from Juventus. Brilliant start. They really needed to get a goal, Roma. Now they have got it. Tell you what, it's been a very, very good start from Roma in this second half. By the way, I do apologise if I keep drifting over here. It's because I like to see from my clothes. I wish I could have I can have a stand. Good ball into the box. And it's going to be cleared away by Pierre Kalulu for Juventus. They really need to switch on. It's been a poor start from Juve in this second half. Good ball across to Selik. Selik again. Here's Kone. Juventus sitting back, tight, compact defensively at the moment. Dovbyk, shot deflected straight into the arms of Di Gregorio. Al-Sharawi with that opportunity for Roma, of course. Like I said, Roma, of course, they do have the derby next week, and they do have a tough run in Roma to finish off the season. Of course, they've got Lazio next week in the derby. Next Saturday, comfortable fixture, Hellas Verona at home. But then listen to this. This is Roma's last 5 games of the season. And it starts Sunday, 27th of April. They are away to Inter. The 4th of May, which is again another Sunday. They're at home to Fiorentina. 11th of May, away to Atalanta. And then the 18th of May, they're at home to AC Milan. And then Roma finish off the season the 25th of May, away at Torino. Now, that is some tough running that for Roma. And if Roma do manage to get Champions League football with those fixtures, then fair play, because they have to go to Inter. They have to play AC Milan, they have to play Atalanta. They have to play pretty much most teams that are fighting for Europe, and they have to play a team that's fighting to win the whole league. I mean, as for Juve, who have they got on the running? So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, Juve got quite a comfortable running, to be honest. Well, they've got Lecce at home, Parma away, Monza at home, Bologna away, Lazio away, Udinese at home, and Venezia away. Comfortable fixtures, to be honest, for Juventus. Anyway, here come Roma with Sula. Oh my God, what's the TV doing? Oh, there we go. Yildiz. So 1-2, can it be kept in play? Yildiz. And I think that's been given Juventus' way. There it has. Yeah, just. Yeah, I think that last touch was off Selic. Here is the goal scorer for Juventus and the captain, Locatelli. Plays it into Julian. Across to Timothy Weah. Weah for Juventus tries to slip in Yildiz. Kone now on the ball for Roma. No, that's not a foul. Never a foul. Julian still going, picked up by Vlahovic. Julian. No, it can't be flicked back into Vlahovic. It's cleared away by Selic for Roma. I mean, what are the games next week? Friday night, Udinese Milan, not bad. Venezia Monza, Inter Cagliari, Juve Lecce. We got next Sunday, Atalanta Bologna. Might stream that. 11:30 kickoff. I mean, too, for there have been some big results this weekend in Serie A. Of course, the weekend kicking off on Friday night, a 1-0 win for Genoa against Udinese. Alessandro Zanioli with the goal for Genoa in that one. Saturday, a 3-1 win for Como away at Monza. Big win for Como, not so for Monza, who I think are now 11 points off safety. Parma getting a good result, 2-2 against Inter. Not a good result for Inter, because if Napoli win tomorrow, Napoli can go a point behind Inter, because Inter, probably a little bit of focus in that Parma game was that Champions League quarter-final against Bayern. Of course, I streamed this game last night, 2-2, AC Milan against Fiorentina. Probably a result that neither team wanted, but a draw isn't the worst, I guess, at the end of the day. Then, of course, today, a 1-1 draw between Lecce and Venezia. Of course, Venezia still remain 19th. Lecce 17th, 2 points above Empoli. Speaking of Empoli, they drew 0-0 against Cagliari, and Torino, they drew 1-1 with Hellas Verona. I think Torino actually had 10 men as well, so not a bad result, I guess, with 10 men. Of course, Atalanta lose the third Serie A game in a row, lost to Inter, lost to Fiorentina, and now they've lost 1-0 to Lazio. That's 3 big defeats for Atalanta, because people were saying if Atalanta can get results against the big teams, maybe they still have a chance in the league. But three defeats in a row against the big boys, starting to fade away now. They are now 10 points behind Inter. Now 58, 59, 61, 63, 64. They're 6 points behind Napoli. Napoli win tomorrow, then that means Atalanta go 10 behind Inter and 9 behind Napoli. So I think Atalanta's dreams of winning the league are starting to fade away, to be honest. And of course, in this game, it's currently 1-1. And then, of course, 1 game to go tomorrow, which is a good game, to be fair, from the Stadio Renato Dall'Ara, as Bologna take on Napoli. Like I said, I might stream that game. I haven't really made my mind up yet. Then, of course, the games next week look quite interesting. 11th of April, it kicks off Hold on, I'll read the fixtures in a minute as Juventus have a corner. In it goes, headed away by Kone. Then cleared away again. But anyway, like I was saying, of course, looking at the fixtures, it kicks off 11th of April, Friday night, Udinese against AC Milan. AC Milan really need to win that game to keep their chances of Europe alive. 12th of April at 2 o'clock, a big game down at the bottom as Venezia take on Monza, two teams that desperately need a win there. 5 o'clock, Inter versus Cagliari should be interesting. 7:45 on the Sunday, Juventus versus Lecce. That should be an interesting game. Here come Rome on the counter-attack. Artem Dovbyk on the ball. He needs to find the pass to Mikhailo. He's going to have a shot instead. And it's saved by Di Gregorio. Like I was saying, 7:45 next Saturday, Juventus versus Lecce. And then this time next week, 5 games. It kicks off at 11:30. Decent game. Atalanta against Bologna. That should be an interesting game. 2 games at 2 o'clock. Fiorentina at home to Parma. Big game for both teams there. Hellas Verona at home to Genoa. Not really much to play for there. 5 o'clock is Como against Torino. Again, I mean, Como kind of, I think you could say they're kind of safe now because I think they're, 15 points clear now? 24 times. 24 to 5 to 6 to 8 to 9, 30 for 1 for 2. They're now 9 points clear of Empoli. So, I mean, you could say they're still in it, but I think they're kind of not at the same time. Then, of course, next Sunday is the Rome derby, Lazio Roma. What a game that's going to be. And then next Monday is Napoli versus Empoli. A big game for both teams. Napoli chasing down Inter in the title race. And as for Empoli, looking to stay up. I mean, I remember watching Empoli. I think they played. I remember watching Empoli. I think they played Roma on the last day of the season. And I think Empoli scored 2 late goals and they stayed up. So will be a double change though for Roma. El Shaarawy and Brian Cristante are going off. And it is Leandro Paredes. And it is the 21-year-old Frenchman, Lucas Gorna-Douaf, who is on. So Gorna-Douaf and Paredes. Bloody hell, since when was Pierluigi Gallini at Roma? Bloody hell, I remember him at Spurs. He was fucking terrible for us, Gallini. He's been everywhere, Gallini. Villa, Spurs. I think it was at Atalanta. Here come Juventus. Brilliant this from Gonzalez. Vlahovic in the box. Still with the former Fiorentina man, Gonzalez. And he slips it through to Weston McKennie. And it's going to be a corner. Good save from Silva. Juve starting to get back into this game a little bit now. But it's really starting to get competitive. So, yeah, like I said, good save from the Serbian in goal. So less than half an hour remaining. Roma 1, Juventus 1. Manuel Locatelli in the 38th minute giving Juventus the lead. And then the substitute, Shomurodov, in the 47th minute. So 2 minutes into the second half pretty much. Getting Roma back into this game. I mean, the first 10 minutes of the second half was really good from Roma. But I think Juve have kind of got back into this game now. And I mean, looking at the table, Roma currently in 7th on 53 points. 3 points off Juventus and Bologna. 2 points behind Lazio, who they face next week. A point ahead of Fiorentina. I mean, Juve level on points with Bologna. I mean, if Juve do win this game, they actually will go above Bologna. And they've got a better goal difference than Bologna. But of course, like I said, Bologna obviously do play tomorrow against Napoli, which should be an interesting game. To be fair, that's where Marseille are playing right now. Oh, yeah, they are. 2-1 against 2. I swear that game's on Prime, I think. I swear I saw that game that's on Amazon Prime. Marseille against Toulouse. I remember Toulouse. I remember when they played Liverpool in the Europa League. Because I think Toulouse qualified in the Europa League because they won the French Cup. They won the Coupe de France or something. I remember they beat in the final. I think they beat either Monaco or Marseille. I know it was. I don't think it was PSG. I mean, speaking of PSG, they have actually won Ligue 1. So obviously, congrats to them. So throwing for Juventus, and of course, it's a big week of European football and the European competitions. Of course, Tuesday night in the Champions League, got Arsenal, Real Madrid. Should be an absolute cracking game, that one, by the way. And then Inter away to Bayern. Of course, Inter one of 3 Italian teams left in Europe. Wednesday night is Barcelona against Borussia Dortmund. And then, I mean, what a night's going to be on Wednesday for Villa. Away to PSG. Could you imagine Villa beat PSG? That'd be incredible. Of course, Thursday night, Lazio away to Bodo Glimt. To me, as a Spurs fan, I feel as a Spurs, I'll be keeping my eyes peeled on that result. Then, of course, Manchester United away to Lyon. We got massive night for Rangers. They take on Athletic Bilbao, and of course, my team Tottenham at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. And then, of course, Conference League, Chelsea away to Legia Warsaw, Dresden against Rapid Vienna, Fiorentina away in Slovenia, I think, to NK Celje, Real Betis at home to Jagiellonian Białystok. That's going to be a yellow card for Renato Vega, who, of course, is on loan from Chelsea. Of course, like I just said, Chelsea away to Legia Warsaw, which should be an interesting game, that one. Legia Warsaw, Chelsea. I mean, Legia Warsaw, they have got absolutely incredible fans. They've got some crazy fans. Legia Warsaw. Why? Stop lagging phone. For fuck's sake. Every time. Stop. There we go. 25. Oh, bloody hell, what happened there? 25 minutes left. 1-1. Here at the Olimpico between Roma and Juventus in a big game in the race for Champions League football. To be fair, I swear it's normally 2 leagues that get the extra Champions League spot. Because I remember last year the Bundesliga got an extra spot because Dortmund finished 5th. They qualified for the Champions League. And I swear Serie A got it as well if I remember correctly, I think Bologna finished 5th. Yeah, they did. Bologna finished 5th and they got an extra Champions League spot. So, because to be fair, it's very likely, by the way, it's very likely that the Premier League's going to get 5th as a Champions League spot. But I don't know who the other league's going to be. I reckon it. I think from looking at it, I reckon it's going to be La Liga or Serie A probably. Because pretty much all the German teams are out. I mean, the only German teams, they could be Germany, Bundesliga. You've got Frankfurt still in the Europa League. Bayern and Dortmund are still in the Champions League. I don't think there's any German teams in the Conference League. Serie A, I mean, I'm not sure it's Serie A, because they've got 3 teams as well. Inter, Lazio and Fiorentina. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's going to be a triple substitution for Juve. Some big changes as well. This is going to be. So it is Nico Gonzalez, Dusan Vlahovic, and Timothy Weah who are going off. Again, pretty disappointing night for Vlahovic. And it is Coop Miners, Randall Kolomuani, and Andrea Cambiasso who are coming on for Juventus. I think that is all of Juventus' subs used, I think. So some big subs there, of course. Randall Kolomuani on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. He hasn't scored in a while in the league, Kolomuani. So let's see if he can try and get a goal. Cambiasso as well. Good player. I don't know, I've got a few subs left. Here is Angelino back to Indica. Good strength that is there from. And I don't think Gordon Duaf is too pleased with that. Like I tell you, just tell him to, calm down a bit. Come on. Here's Kone, plays it down the line to the substitute. Oh, no, it's not substitute. It's Matthias Sula, who is a former Juve man. It's not a bad ball, dealt with by Lloyd Kelly. Yildiz, back to Cambiasso. Cleared away by Lloyd Kelly for Juventus. Like I said, I do apologise if I keep drifting off camera. Indica back to the captain, Gianluca Mancini for Roma. Cleared forward there, and it's over the top. Oh, the Juve defence has been caught sleeping. Oh, no foul there on Gordon Duaf. Don't know what the Juve defence were doing there. They were half asleep. Colin into Tuan Julien. Here is Lloyd Kelly on loan from Newcastle. Back to Marcus Thuram's brother, Tuan Julien. Here's Kenan Yildiz, the Turkish international. Yildiz again. Here is Tuan Koopmeiners, who of course signed from Atalanta in the summer. Koopmeiners again, back to Yildiz. Yildiz has a shot. Oh! And they just take a deflection. And it will be a corner for Juventus. To be fair, I think who started going for the ball. I think it was Sola. I think he knew he was offside, but then all of a sudden, Gordon Duaf just appeared from nowhere. They're going to make a substitution, Rome. I think that's Seelick who's gone off. There it is. So Seelick's gone off. So Seelick is off. And it's the Danish centre-half, Victor Nelson, who's came on, then goes to the corner. Dealt with by Dovbyk for Roma. Of course, we will be watching Roma again next week as they face Lazio in the Rome derby. Here is Andrea Cambiasso into Turan Julien. Kelly puts it into the box, misses everyone. And it's going to go out for a Roma throw-in. Just feel this long strand of hair here. Probably can't see it, but it's literally in my hand. Here is Victor Nelson. Plays it back to his goalkeeper, Silva. Ow. Bloody hell. I haven't hit that. Kone. Oh. Kelly. Here is Renato Vega for Juve. Lloyd Kelly. Into Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz loses possession. Very scrappy in there. Free kicks given to Roma.
Manchester City teams and the best Manchester United teams will be very disappointed at the end of that game with the way in which they've approached it. I mean, it looks like it's...
Saatinde sayılı do Fenerbahçe bunları Türkiye'de Nalia. Boris Simanski.
Last one, Tom, I said on this radio station last week, if when you get the referee, I'm going to wear my white Versace suit. Whoa, put it down. There's always one, isn't there? Apologies. Tom was doing so well.
Cleared away by Silva. Less than 15 minutes to go. Still 1-1 here at the Olimpico between Roma and Juventus. Kone. Into Nelson. Ah, fucking hell. Fucking hell, that did. Thuram loses the ball to Kone, and Roma look to now hit Juventus on the counter-attack. don't know where he's going, but he's still managed to keep the ball. Kone, he's actually doing impressively well. But now he's giving it away. Cambiasso goes down. Free kick Juventus.
A moment of madness could mean years away from the game you love. Getting onto the pitch might seem like a laugh. It's not just a bit of fun. It's a criminal offence. If you get caught, you could be facing.
Fuck, I've just done the same thing again. I should bang it on my teeth.
I thought about this long and hard. I have to decide what was best for my career and the things that I want to achieve. Therefore, for the 2027-2028 season, I will be playing for Real Madrid. I've thought about this long and hard. I have to decide what was best for my career and the things that I want to achieve. Therefore, for the 2027-2028 season, I will be playing for Real Madrid.
I watch the team that never wins. No, it's not Leeds, and no, it's not a Sunday League team either. This team played 20 games a season, scored 9 goals, and conceded 198 goals. That's an average of 0.45 goals per game scored and 9.9 goals conceded. This is the record of Burton FC, a small village side near Swindon playing in the Wiltshire Senior League, which is part of the top tier of the English football pyramid.
Hypothetically, they could end up in the Premier League.
I could look at their website and see their aim for the season is to win the league. We headed down to watch one of their matches to see where it all went wrong.
Sorcerer's not very strong.
But somehow, 5 minutes in, it was 0-0, and predictably the floodgates started to open. But then the unthinkable happened. Messi won back ended 9-1. I watched the team that
Here's Pierre Kalulu for Juventus. Kelly. Here is Andrea Cambiasso into Churamulian. Yildiz. Kolumuani finds Kalulu. Into McKennie, puts it into the box. Cambiasso's in there. Great defender from Nelson. Cambiasso. And the flag's up for offside. I hit the loo. I'm back from the loo. Sorry, man, it took ages. 88th minute, still 1-1. Just realised, what the hell? Man, the back of my shorts are so wet. Ever since I got out of the shower, it's so wet. To be fair, I mean, it's been a second half for me where, like I said, I thought first 10 minutes, Roma were good. I think after that, I think both teams have been all right, but they just can't put the chances. I mean, they just can't really create or just put the chances away. Anyway, it's a free kick for Juventus in the 89th minute. And then goes the free kick. Oh, bloody hell. Yildiz with a throw. Away by Nelson. Miwani, 3 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Will we get a winner? In he goes. Oh. Will we get a winner with not long remaining? Here's Nelson. Sule. Paredes. Paredes again. Here's Mateus Sula. Juventus sat back defending at the moment whilst Roma pushing on to find that winning goal. We have 60 seconds to go. Roma give the ball away. Chuamulien. Back to Di Gregorio for Juventus. Pierre Kalulu. Here is Lloyd Kelly for Juventus. Renato Veiga. Here's Andrea Cambiaso. Is this a chance for Juventus to win the game? Kalulu. Here's Kurt Miners. It needs to go in. It does. Yildiz. He's onside, I think. Back in it goes from Kelly. And Dicker with the header. And that's a free kick for Roma. Is there one last chance for Ranieri's team to get a winning goal? No, there's not. It ends all at the Olimpico. It ended all square last night between AC Milan and Fiorentina. And it ends all square here between Roma. A good game of football, to be fair. Good game of football, to be fair. 38th minute was where Juventus took the league. A brilliant half volley. It was hit beautifully from Locatelli, giving Juventus the lead just before half time. And then right at the start of the second half, the substitute Shomurodov scoring from close range after forcing Di Gregorio into a brilliant save to deny Ndika's header. And after that, Roma looked quite dominant until the 55th minute, and that's when Juventus kind of got back into the game a bit. And after that, both teams looked decent. Defensively was solid, but just couldn't really just get a chance to get a goal and win the game. But overall, very good watch in the end. And full time from the Stadio Olimpico, it ends Roma 1, Juventus 1. And I'm going to end the stream, and like I said, I might go live for the Bologna game tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, I'll see